What up, you two? You back with another one? And we got a young lady by the name of Carrie out here looking for a man, so let's get into it and see what she got going on.
Where are you calling me from?
Thank you, Los Angeles, California.
Okay, LA. Ooh, you got a fun personality. How old are you?
Thank you. Ooh, girl, I am the big 3-0.
Okay, 30. And what's your name? Is your name Carrie?
Yes, my name is Carrie Bernans. I'm an actress, stunt woman. I produce. I'm a mother, advocate, all of the above.
Okay, so you're an actress. You're a mother. How many kids do you have?
I have one son. He is about to be 2 next month.
Okay, why are you not with the father?
Ooh, it's very complicated.
Okay, before she get into that, with a 2-year-old son, that sounds like still a lot of attention needed. So already going to that, so dating them might be a little tough, might be a little, we need to find a babysitter, or you got to pay for a babysitter, or there's going to be some cancellations going on. That's what I'm getting is going into this, but we're going to see.
It's complicated, but some DV was involved. He was a great person for the most part, and then when he drinks and
DV, that means domestic violence. She claims she's been getting beat on, okay? That's what she's saying.
and other stuff, things unfortunately happen.
Okay. So we got Carrie, LA, 30. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius, the best sign there is, okay? Shout out to the Aquariuses. February 11th in the building.
Okay. So we got Carrie, Aquarius, 30, actress, and a mother. What else are you say you do? You're an advocate, and what else?
Yes, I'm an advocate. I have a nonprofit organization I've been doing for 6 years. We give back to kids in Memphis. I claim Memphis, Tennessee, as well as Richmond, Virginia. I'm an actress. I've been on movies like Marvel's Black Panther, Avengers Endgame, X-Men, Dark Phoenix. I do acting and stunts. I jump off buildings, ride motorcycles, all of the crazy things in life, but it's fun.
Okay, that sounds interesting. I'm not taking away from that. I mean, that's a way to get into the game. You start off maybe as an extra, or like you say, doing stunt doubles for the famous people. So we give a props for that. We ain't gonna knock on that. That's a good way to get your foot into the game. If you're trying to be an actor or actress, that's the way in. So props to her for that.
Okay. And I think I got it all. So we got Carrie, LA, 30, Aquarius, actress, advocate, mother to a son, a 2-year-old son. Never married?
No.
Oh, you've been married.
Oh wow, that's so funny. I put my business out there. I have been married. I got married young. I waited to marriage to have sex, and I was 20 years old.
Okay, and you're divorced, of course.
Yeah, 25.
Okay, 25. Okay. So you waited for marriage for sex. So why did you get divorced in that marriage? It just wasn't a right fit?
It wasn't a right fit, and it was a lot of stuff going on. Honestly, he ended up talking to girls on dating apps, and I was dreaming about it, and I ended up finding out he really did. He apologized, but I felt like
She was dreaming about him talking to girls on dating apps, and it just happened to be true. Maybe that's a wild coincidence. Tell me, is that something you dream about your man doing something wrong and it just happened to be true? I don't know. Maybe that's a thing.
I waited to marriage to have sex, and I was 100% loyal and dedicated to the marriage and everything. And that felt to me that was a break in our commitment to each other. And I really value a relationship. I've never cheated before. I'm really respectful. I let the man lead. I was going to leave my entire career behind for him because he said he didn't want to be in entertainment and he didn't want the lights, camera, action and stuff. I even quit and gave up jobs and all of that. But then I found out he was talking to girls on dating apps when I went to go film X-Men in Canada. And that obviously broke my heart. I couldn't believe that. And it's crazy because I look back and I was so young. I just was like, no, I can't do this. I gave you my virginity. I gave you my everything. And I just told him I wanted a divorce. And it was crazy because we were young. And
I guess I can understand a little bit where she's coming from. She was waiting just for that man for marriage, and she ain't had sex to then. She gave him all this stuff, which I understand. But no matter if you wait or if you don't wait, shit can go to hell at any time, okay? That's just the reality of it. So do you just be careful, but don't think just because you're waiting that Prince Charming is going to treat you right, okay? Yeah, you know, shit can go downhill any goddamn time, okay?
Love, but I also was just like, no, I value, I'm worth more than that. So I broke it off. And
Okay. So then you met your child's father shortly after?
I met him like it's been, yeah, like
Okay.
a couple years later on a dating app.
Okay. Oh, so you left your husband because
So I know what they're about to say. She was mad at the husband that she married, but you know, fortunately she didn't have a child from him, so really that ain't too bad. The child's from some other dude after the marriage, so the marriage failed. You know, she came out of it unscathed. He came out of it unscathed. Ain't no problem. But the thing is, she complained about him being on a dating app, and that's what she ran to, and that's where the baby daddy came from, a dating app. Okay.
on a dating app, and then you met your child's father on a dating app, and now you're calling me because I know you on the Kendra G Singles dating app because that's how you're going to meet your next man.
Exactly, yes. Look, I like dating apps. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Sometimes I'll be at home with my son all day, or how else am I going to actually meet someone, you know? So
You're absolutely right. So let's continue. Okay, so we got...
And that's still going to be the case when you meet someone. How you going to get out to go date and go to dinners and go to movies when you got your son all day? It ain't going to change. You might have somebody to talk to on the phone, but you're still going to be occupied, okay?
Kiri, LA, 30, Aquarius, actress, mother, advocate, mom to a 2-year-old son, was once married. We got the backstory. So what kind of man are you looking for now?
Girl, I need a man that is committed, loyal, trustworthy, somebody that got all of their together. I need them to be financially stable. I need them to be rooted in faith. You know, they need to have, like, I'm a Christian. I want them to be a Christian as well. They need to know how to value and treat a woman. I'm okay if they've kind of like been through a marriage and then got divorced, so then they can learn and figure out where they're at in life so they can really love me properly. And somebody that's going to be supportive. I'm the biggest.
Okay, loved her properly. That's a whole nother bag of worms, because everybody's different. You can't love one woman like you love the other woman. Things might be similar, but nobody's gonna know that until you get deep into it, into the love, into the relationship. So asking somebody to love you properly, it just start off with treat me nice, okay? Because you know, I don't know you like that, and he ain't gonna know you like that. You know, one woman like this, another woman like that, one man like this, another man like that. So love you properly. What the hell does that even mean, okay?
Cheerleader for anyone, and like I want the same thing. I pour 110% into a relationship once I'm in it, but I can cut you off real quick, like ice cold ice, like if it ain't working, you know. So I'm ready for love.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers is bad hygiene. I don't need nobody with no stinky breath, bad habits. Deal breakers is alcoholics. I can't do the alcoholics thing anymore. Like, I'm not in a position to heal anybody. I'm nurturing. I don't mind cutting you, taking care of you, making you feel like the man you are. But I'm not about to be the doctor. I'm not Mrs. Fix-It, you know? So I want them to come. I already had some therapy. I will still cheer for you. You have bad days. We all do. I don't mind hyping you up, taking care of you.
What does she mean come with therapy? You had to have a therapist to date this woman? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is she saying that you had to be the therapy, already had your therapy before you approach her? Let me know.
But I hate to say it, but I don't want anybody too broken, you know?
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Yeah, I'm not super tall, but I'm like 5'5.5", 5'6", so I do want him to be taller than me. I'm smaller frame, I'm about 110 pounds, fun size, you know, but I need my man to be at least like 165 and up, because I need him to have some muscles, a little stacked. You know what, you don't have to be in the best shape in the world, but you gotta be able to pick me up, pick up the groceries, pick my son up, have some good hands, you can build something, you can, you know, all of that.
Okay. Could the guy have kids already?
I'm open to somebody that has 1, maybe 2 kids. I would prefer them to have no kids, honestly.
Okay, and here we go. Now we're getting down the delusional road. She preferred somebody to have no kids. I'm sure even if a woman or a man has 20 kids, they would prefer another person not to have any kids. But that ain't the reality when you already got kids. I mean, you can want what you want, but that's tough. I mean, you already have a son, and you prefer a man come with no kids, just so he can put all his time and effort into what you already got over there. It just sounds kind of unreasonable to me. It sounds a little selfish, delusional, and if you want that man to come to have all that stuff and to have no kids, you might have to heal him. You say you ain't a fixer, you ain't all that, but you're getting the fresh man with no kids, so you might have to bend on some of them rules if you want to come with a kid and got no man, and you want a man with no kids. You might have to bend. He might not have to go to. He ain't been to therapy, but he ain't got no kids. He might need a little healing, but he ain't got no kids. Okay, you understand where I'm coming from? Because that's a tall order you asking for, being that you already got a kid. Okay.
I would like to give them their first child because I do want to have more children.
So you want a man with no kids, but you want him to accept your 2-year-old?
Okay.
And that's how we laughing when she said that. We laughing the same way, okay?
Yeah, if it's my preference, I do prefer somebody with no kids. I think that a guy treats their kids better when it's their first kid. But I'm open to being a stepmom. I'm a great mom. Shoot, hey, a big house, a lot of kids. I'm okay with that.
Let me pause one more time. I don't know about a man treat the kids better just because it's his first kid. He gonna treat his kids good because they're his kids. So even if you have his first kid, it's sad to say, but he ain't gonna treat your kid that you already have like his kid. Being that it's his first kid, even if he get with you and you have his first kid, yes, he's gonna treat that first kid good because that's his kid. It's not the fact that it's his first kid, it's the fact that it's his kids. Okay?
I understand the preference, but do you think it's a hypocrite to prefer a guy with no kids and the requirement is he has to love your 2-year-old?
It's true. I agree. And yeah, it is. But I think, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of jealous baby mamas out there. I ain't one of them. Look, I want my son's father to please go get an amazing woman. I'm okay with that. But there are some crazy baby mamas, and I don't want that drama in my life. I already have enough drama with my baby daddy, so I don't want a baby mama drama. So if they...
Oh, so she got baby daddy drama on top of that. Big red flag. You want me to come in, oh, not me, but a man to come in with no kids and date you and saying you already got enough trouble with your baby daddy. Now, you should have said that, we good co-parenting, everything's going good, but you saying you already got problems? It sounds like this man's walking into a pile of mud coming in, especially if you got no kids. So he has to deal with your kid and your baby daddy drama. He can't have no kids, no baby mama drama, already been to therapy, have all this stuff together, be stacked, have all this muscle, lift your son and lift the groceries. Okay? She need to check herself. She seemed like a nice woman until we got to this part right here. Let's see.
Have a healthy relationship, I would be open to it. But their relationship's not healthy, I'm not open to it at all.
So you just said you have drama with your baby daddy.
Unfortunately, yes.
So you want a man to accept what you wouldn't accept?
Dang, you know what? You're right. This is so crazy. I probably do sound like a hypocrite. It's really bad.
Big hypocrite.
So basically, you wouldn't date yourself.
I would date most of me. Look. Okay, it hasn't always
I hope this is a reality check for him. I hope this is a reality check.
been this way, but it's not gonna always be this way. It's gonna get better. It has to get better. It has to get better. Trust me, it gotta be better. So I'm in hopes
We
that
got
it's
some
gonna get
vague questions for you.
better.
So Abraham says, drama with your baby daddy, what kind of drama? That's important and can be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
That's important.
He is just really, this is the reality, is I've allowed him to be disrespectful to me for too long. Throughout our relationship, he would do some disrespectful things and do...
You know what? This seems to be a pattern. the husband that she married the first time was disrespectful. He was beating on her and just started drinking. Now the baby daddy is all disrespectful the same way. Maybe not the DV part, but I think she's leaving out some stuff that she might have been doing or done in the relationship. Not saying it's 100% her fault, but it seems like she's putting all the blame from these failed relationships on the man. That's what it seemed like.
Let's just say some things that are completely out of character that I would disagree with, and then he would try to make up for it right afterwards. He would like, oh, here goes the money, go get your nails done, go get a massage, go do this, you know, like, I love you, say you love me, say you forgive me, etc. And I took that BS for too long, and that then turned into me becoming like a walkover, in the sense that even after I left the relationship, we didn't like have any sexual relations or anything afterwards, but he still be saying some slick shit that was wrong. And honestly, like, that's not healthy. So it ended up being like crazy. He started making like real threats at me, and it made me, of course, uncomfortable to be around, and uncomfortable for me to allow that to be around my son as well. So we're still working through it. It's a process. It's not overnight. I'm God working on it.
Okay. So
sound like it ain't gonna be no time soon. Her fixing that baby daddy situation drama stuff. Okay, so she sounds totally unconfident about when that could be resolved.
Oh, I asked you about looks. Should the man look a certain way? We already did that question.
Yeah, he gotta look. This is my thing about men. They gotta. I used to be like, he gotta look like this, and then tall, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, I'll be honest. I want a man that's good with their hands. I have to like at least one thing on your face. If your teeth, your eyes, your eyebrows, something I gotta look at to be able to be like, I can stare at you. You know what I mean? And then the rest of your body, you gotta be able to move around, because I want more kids. So you don't have to be able to run a mile, but you gotta be able to walk at least half a mile without getting out of breath and still be able to do something out there. You know, I don't mind a little belly, but it can't be like you pregnant and I'm pregnant too. Like, we're not doing that, you know? So it's like, but I will say, for the right man, I can help him get into shape, but I do believe that what you're presented on the front end, you have to be able to deal with forever.
Yes. Okay, fair enough. Now, should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes. Okay. Caveat, I was in a really bad accident in January 2024 of last year. I got hit by a car as a pedestrian in New York City. So I'm not making as much money as I used to make right now, because I've still been recovering from the accident. But when I'm on my game, I made well over 6 figures closer.
Okay. That's terrible that you're being hit by a car. But the bottom line is, coming into this right now, you're starting to go into what you used to make when you was on the game. The bottom line is, that ain't where you're at now. So you can't judge a man, have a man making all this money or doing whatever you want him to do based off what you was doing, but you're not doing now. Okay?
So I do need my man to be making at least a minimum over 6 figures. Otherwise, like, to me.
So what do you mean? Okay, are you saying closer to 7? That means so you almost made $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is because over 6 figures means you want to be a millionaire, or do you want to make more than 100K?
Really, he needs to be making at the bare minimum 150 and up. And that's only because if I'm able, I want them to be able to afford the lifestyle that I'm used to. And
okay, there's more delusion. There's nothing wrong with finding somebody to make a bunch of money, but you gotta remember, you want a man with no kids, no drama. You kind of pulled back on how you want him to look. He can have a little belly now. Now, a man up in this area, and I see a lot of women on these shows do this. They forget that a man that's up in there like that making money, because women are so turned on by a man making money that he has the pick of the litter once he crosses over a certain threshold when it comes to making money. And it puts you in a situation where he can also say, why do I need to deal with you and your kid when I got a whole pool of fish to choose from? Even if he got kids, if he making a bunch of money to take care of them and still ball out, he still can throw you to the side. So I understand some of these women want what they want, but you gotta understand, you asking for this man that basically every woman is asking for. If every woman asking for the same man, that means that one man that can please all them women got all these women to choose from. And you coming in with baby daddy drama. You got a baby. You used to make almost $1 million, but you got hit by a car, and now we don't know what you make. So, I'm sorry, but you're putting yourself at the bottom of the stack. Okay? That's what you're doing.
If you can't take care of me and I'm sick or I'm pregnant or whatever the hell is going on, then what are we doing? Like, and also I don't think, to me, I hate to say it, but the type of man that's gonna do that, he's gonna be applying himself in a way that he's making that money easily. It's not gonna be something that's struggle or hard for him.
So you want a man that makes $150K, but in an easy way?
Well, however, well, don't be a drug dealer.
All right. So now I think she started to go back to where she started. When kids repeat what she's saying, she got to hear how, I'm about to call her stupid, how silly she sounds.
I already did that, been there, done that. I don't want to do it because I don't want to be on the run from the police. So it has to be legal. Okay. But something you enjoy doing. I'm good at helping men make more money. They just got to start with what they got.
Okay, they're asking me, do you make 150?
Okay, that's what you should have started out at. You can help build together because you got a lot of stuff going on, and you ask for a man with barely nothing going on but making a whole bunch of money. Come on now.
$50K right now.
Yeah, I've been made that several times over. This year, no, I'm not making that currently because I'm recovering from an accident where I was hit by a car, 13 broken bones in my face, 4 surgeries last year. It was crazy. So, but better believe your girl's coming back.
Okay, so if he made 80K, he shouldn't reach out to you.
This is the thing. If he's in the interim, like he's on his way, I like motion. If he's in motion, then good. Somebody said.
Why are you laughing?
Because she knows she's silly.
Somebody just asked me something. They said, "Am I a stripper?" I can strip for my man. Okay. I mean, for the right price. Look, do you need a stripper? No, but I'm not a stripper for my profession unless they hire me as one.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. You did it at the top of the hour, but let's officially do it now.
Okay.
And then I got some paid questions for you.
Okay, sounds good. All right, give me 1 second. I got a little skirt on.
You definitely look small. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you look small. We see you. You had a baby 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
You have no stomach.
Thank you.
Huh? Okay. Oh. Okay. Ooh. All right. Okay, let's get to these paid questions, girl. Let's see. Truth shall prevail. You want the man to be everything that you are, and so how you expect a man to take you seriously when you don't have it all the way together?
Well, my thing is, I think that I definitely like 80% there. I do agree that I'm not like 100% my best self at this moment.
Okay, that's a good question. And we see where this is going. And we ain't gonna stay here too long dealing with this. Her name's Carrie. I think she's staying in LA, but got hit by a car in New York. Got a baby daddy with baby daddy drama. Ain't working right now, but you need to be making 6 figures. Be able to lift her kid up, take the groceries, be good with your hands. Well, I guess she's still recovering, but y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I ain't about to play this no more, okay? Let me know what y'all think. I think she's delusional. I think she needs to come down to earth, but I think she's a decent person. The expectation is just way out the window for her situation. That's what I think. Y'all comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.